Good morning, everyone. This is Jessica with Whispers of Grace Healing. I'm here today to do the morning motivation meditation for the crown chakra. So I hope everyone's having a good morning so far. I'm going to give it a few minutes just for people to join in. But yeah, this is the last week of all the different chakra systems that we've been through, 7 weeks. We're almost there. So for everyone who has joined in every single week, I am just so proud of you for sticking with it, doing the work, and doing what's necessary in order to bring that awareness to yourself. So good job, everybody. I know it's not easy when you have to look at yourself so much, but when you can look at yourself in a compassionate way and understand that we are human, we all have things that we need to work on and things that we need to release. So don't hold yourself to such a high standard that you feel like you need to be perfect, because no one is. And by doing this work, you're allowing yourself to release the things that you need to release in order to become whole again. And that's the most important part. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll give it just a few minutes. Let me see if there's anything else I need to talk about. Make sure that y'all like and share the video. If you are new, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. If you've been here, you know how we do. So I'm hoping a few people will join in just so we can have a little bit to chat about and go through the process. Yay, Cynthia, you made it. So glad. Good. I'm hoping that they'll start rolling in. And it's really funny because on my notification thing, it doesn't even show that you're in here. So there's no telling how many people actually pop in. There we go. All right. So now we got one. But yeah, thanks, Cynthia, for always showing up, at least when you can. I appreciate you. And, I hope you're having a good morning so far. This is the last week. This is the last week of the chakras. So, yeah, I'm not really sure where to go from here. I'm definitely going to have to do some meditation. I'll probably take a break next week because I have the psychic fair on Monday. And I just have a lot of catching up to do in general. So, it's definitely one of those things where I have to figure out what I'm actually going to talk about because, it's a lot. But I'm glad that it's helping everyone. Everyone seems to be resonating with it, either getting something out of it or just finding that their days are calmer when we get on. So, yeah, I do. It's been crazy lately. And I'm not stressing about it. And I feel very confident that when I pick up again, y'all be right there, and I know you will be. So, but yeah, I gotta prioritize a little bit. I gotta balance things out and get an idea of where to take it from here. So, yeah, it is what it is. But I'm just glad that I have that support system with y'all, that y'all understand that whether I'm here or not, that my love is with y'all. And I'm just so grateful for the tribe. Like, you have no idea. Y'all are amazing, and I'm very, very appreciative of everyone that joins in on these things, because if it weren't for y'all, I wouldn't be able to do this. So, all right. Well, since at least you are in here, Cynthia, we're going to go ahead and get started, because I don't want to have such a long intro that people don't stick around. You know what I'm saying? So, this week, we are talking about the crown chakra. And this is located at the very top of your head, right? And this is our connection to source. This is what we open ourselves up to, the universe. It does not have an element, though. Like, all the other chakra systems are associated with some sort of element. This one is not, but it is associated with a thought process. Now, this allows us to disperse the universal energy or life force into the other 6 chakras below. So as your root holds the foundation for everything. And like we said before, if the root chakra is in balance, then, you know, everything flows through the root and up to source, right? But if that is unbalanced, then everything else doesn't get the proper flow that it needs. And it's basically the same thing with the crown. If our crown is blocked, imbalanced, whatever have you, like the your intuition might not be as clear. You might not be able to hear or sense spirit as much as you should. You probably doubt your intuition and the way that you perceive things, signs and synchronicities. There's a lot that goes into it, but this is the development of your intuition. And I do want to go over some of the assessment questions, and I will post these later too, because I feel like it's really important that we know and ask ourselves these questions, because if we don't, then we're not being completely honest with ourselves, right? And I'm taking these assessment questions from the Beginner's Guide to the Chakras. And so the first question is, am I open to my intuitive guidance? Do I let my intuition guide me in decision making? Do I spend some quiet time alone so that I can become connected to my inner self? And do I find time to meditate? Do I ignore my intuition and always go with my head? Am I easily influenced by others, or do I know what is right for me? And Cynthia, anyone who is interested, you can get this on Amazon for like a couple bucks, and it's a great deal. I've used this for, let's see, almost 3 years now. So yeah, I won't get rid of it. Hey Lachey, because it has a lot of good information and just the basics of what each chakra system involves, how to heal it. It has exercises and all that kind of stuff, so it's really good. Am I easily influenced by others, or do I know what is right for me? Do I feel content with my life? Am I happy with my life at this moment? Do I feel the need to acquire more and more possessions? Do I feel the need to become wealthier, and if so, how much is enough for me? Do I feel the need to always give to others? Are possessions and things more important to me? Do I feel content with myself spiritually, and do I know where I'm going in all aspects of my life? Do I have faith? That doesn't mean religious faith. Do you have faith in yourself and the ability to succeed at any chosen task? Do you believe that you will be guided by a higher presence or being? Do I think that things never work out for me, so why bother trying? I think we've all been there. Do you feel stuck with many aspects of your life at the moment? Do you feel that your life is predictable and boring? Do you feel stuck in a rut that the more you try to get out, the harder things become? Do you enjoy the variety and adventure that life presents, and do you look forward to each and every day? So those are just some questions, and I will post those later, but really ask yourself and be honest. Like, listen, even if I'm not feeling a lot of those things right now, I know that I have felt those or not felt them throughout my life. Good morning, Colby. But yeah, I mean, I never believed growing up that there was a higher presence guiding me, right? I knew about God. I believed in God. I believed in heaven and hell and all that kind of stuff. But did I really understand it? And did I really think that God was sitting there like, hey, come this way? No, I did not. Even with the experiences that I had, I didn't believe that. I really felt that it was just all coincidence. You know, whatever happens, happens. So it's really important. And again, with the material needs, being a Taurus, you know, we love the material things. We love security and having those things around us. So trying to break that habit in general is very difficult. And I've actually gone through this purging lately too, where, you know, I don't have a lot of things, but I feel like I have too much. It's weird. And so I've started getting rid of some things in order to make room for new, and it already feels lighter in here just by getting rid of a few things. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so the color that is associated with this is violet or white. Of course, like with the other chakra systems, the higher the vibration, it can change color. So like the heart is usually associated with green, but the higher the vibration, it turns into pink. So it's the same thing. If your crown chakra is balanced and functioning properly, it will vibrate at a violet. But if you are really connected to spirit, you are going to give off a white light, okay? And this all makes up our aura. You know, you hear people talk about, oh, your aura is beautiful, or whatever the case may be. Even if they can't see it, they can feel it. But most people who can see auras around people will see certain people giving off different colors. So it all depends on what is vibrating higher at that time. And I think that's, again, why it's really important for us to keep everything balanced, because when everything is in harmony, we are living our best truth. And that's what we want, right? So it gives us access to higher states of consciousness as we open to what is beyond our personal preoccupation and visions. So, you know, we get really caught up in, hey Sheila, yay! So glad that y'all are joining in. But we get really caught up, and I think I was talking about this yesterday, especially for earth signs with the distractions and everything. We get really caught up with life. And, you know, we have these personal visions of what our life should look like. And in reality, it's not what our life should look like by any means. And that's our duty here. Our duty is to challenge society and allow our spiritual truths to be heard and seen. So when we are tapped into the collective consciousness and doing what is good, the highest good for not only ourselves but for everyone else in general, when we do better for the collective, we can make changes in this world that we never thought would happen. And I really feel that's what Spirit is pushing us towards. So some of the characteristics that come with this is consciousness, being aware of the higher consciousness, wisdom, and wisdom of what is sacred. So knowing the difference between what is sacred and true and pure and helpful and supportive versus, you know, things that might feel good at the moment but we know is not supporting us, right? That is not good for our well-being. And that's where that wisdom comes from, because our higher power, our higher self, our spirit guides, they download this information into our crown. So if we can't tell the difference between what is source, what is our ego, and usually you can tell the difference. Like, I don't know if y'all caught the channel messages yesterday, but when spirit comes in, they say we want this for you, we want you, we love you, you know what I'm saying? It's never I. And especially when you're talking to the collective or the mass consciousness of the universe. But also, they're never going to tell you to do something that feels wrong. It might feel uncomfortable because you're not used to it, but you know in your heart whether it is wrong or right, okay? If you get a download that says, hey, go burn this building down, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? If you get a message to do something that you would consider wrong to someone else, don't do it. That is not source. So you need to be very careful about what energy is giving you the advice that you're downloading. And a lot of times it's the ego or lower vibrational energies that you're attracting into your life. Listen, it happens. And that is exactly why so many people commit suicide, because they, and I don't know why I'm bringing this up. I've lost a lot of friends to suicide, and it kills me to know that I had this information within me all along. And of course, I can't help if someone decides to make that decision, because that is their decision. But that is why so many people are lost, because they feel this disconnection. They don't believe in what is really out there for them, and they don't accept the support of the universe. So they end up feeling alone and misunderstood, unheard, and they feel like, well, why even be here? They feel the pressure of the low vibration so much that they end up taking their own lives. And that's why it's so important that we not forget who we are and what we're here to do. Because spirit, source, would never ever leave your side. Okay, I have been there. I listen, I don't know how long everyone's been watching me, but I've talked about this before. I have been in those low states. I have been almost to the brink of taking my own life. And I really remember one night in particular where I was bawling my eyes out and like, why do I feel like this? I can't take it anymore. I don't want to be here. And all of a sudden I hear this voice in my head that says, it's got to be better than this. It is going to get better than this. You need to get up. You need to get up. Get up now. And I just kept pushing, and I kept pushing, and I kept pushing. And the more that I pushed and challenged myself to see a more positive state of light, brought me to this point. And did I ever think that I would be doing spiritual work and sharing my story on YouTube? Hell nah. You know what I'm saying? So we have to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone sometimes and understand. Yeah, I have dealt with depression and anxiety my entire life, Sheila, and it's really hard, especially seeing the people you love go through it. And all we can do is plant the seed and keep doing our work and hope that our light shines enough that they want to do it themselves. You know what I'm saying? We are not responsible for picking other people up. We can support them in their time of need, but it is not our duty to get involved and force them to make a decision. You can't force them, okay? So, connection with the formless and limitless, okay? So this is where we really start to shift. Yeah, and it's hard, man. Listen, I've noticed myself, like, I can only be around low vibrational people for very, very short spurts. I can't do it. I'm too sensitive to other people's energy, and especially when they can't admit it. Like, you know something's up, and you're like, hey, what's wrong? Talk to me. I can feel it. Something's going on. And they're like, nah, I'm good. I'm perfectly fine. I feel great. And it's like, you are so full of shit. But that's your shit. That's not mine. You know what I'm saying? And people will project and reflect on you, and it's just nasty. It's so nasty. And it's not worth it. Listen, if you can't help them, there will be someone else that can, and that's where we need to release the attachment, okay? Realization and liberation from limiting patterns, okay? And especially with the, connection to the limitless, this is about us breaking through our self-limiting beliefs and understanding that spirit has so much in store for us. And once we break through these patterns and realize that we are source, we are one with the universe, and we have the ability to accomplish whatever it is we set our minds to, we can accomplish these things, right? It's just breaking through all of these conditioning patterns, self-limiting beliefs, and the habits that we create in our daily life. What are we accepting in that's holding us back, right? Communication with higher states of consciousness and with ecstasy. So I don't know how many of y'all, like, when you go into meditation and you feel like you're connecting to your spirit guides, how much love you feel coming through. Like, it is so fucking powerful, y'all. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've done readings for people connecting to past loved ones or connecting to source, my spirit guides, angels, whatever the case may be. And there are so many times that I will connect to someone who is just pouring the love, pouring the love. And it makes me so emotional because never in my life have I ever experienced such a deep, profound love, right? And this is what we have to remember is it does not come from outside of us. This is all within us already. They are already connected. They are already here supporting us. We just have to let them in. Yeah, it is so powerful, and I'm so glad that they're helping you. But it, listen, it is pure ecstasy when you allow yourself to open up. Because I remember, especially back around my birthday in April, um, I was really scared that with all the changes that were happening with my life, that I wasn't gonna have a good birthday. And my birthdays have never been a really good thing for me, besides when my mom and I started traveling. That's really where it started. But I don't have a lot of great memories from my past of my birthdays. They were always very disappointing, okay? And so I actually ended up meeting someone that really made sure that my day was just completely taken care of, and I had such a good time. And even though it was so simple, y'all, it was so simple, I felt fucking euphoric. Like, I remember just basking in it and saying, I want this feeling all the time. I could live this life. I want this on a daily basis. And that's why I dig so much in order to expand that consciousness. I am 31. I will be 32 in April. Right? Right, Lachey? Give me that cake. um, yeah, I really, I don't know, guys. Like, I, even though they've never been a good experience for me, I still seem to want that experience, that happiness. Like, that day is for me. And I should have a reason to celebrate my life. Okay? So that's why I look at it the way I do. Oh, thanks. I have always been told that I was an old soul, that I was always much wiser than a lot of the people growing up. I've always been kind of ahead of the game. And hell yeah, that's what I'll probably do this year too. I'm really hoping that I love all cake. I don't think, listen, I remember specifically when I was growing up and I'd go grocery shopping with my mom. That's how I learned to cook. I was always in the kitchen with her. And I think I started cooking dinner when I was like 16, trying to help out and stuff. So I'd go to the store with her, see what she'd buy, talk to her about recipes and stuff, and we would cook together. But I remember specifically around 17, like, I am dreading the day that I have to go shop for myself because I love sweets. I am addicted to sweets. I've always been like, give me all the sweets. You know what I'm saying? And it's been really hard to break that cycle over the years because it's my comfort. It makes me feel good. And yeah, and I deliberately avoid the bakery section. Like, unless I have to go get something specific, I just avoid it at all costs. Don't look at the cake, Lachey. Don't look at it. Just keep walking. Um, but anyway, so it is. This really brings the bliss into our life. Yeah, cookies. Exactly. My moon sign. So, okay. So the majority of my chart is actually in Aries, but I have Scorpio and Virgo in there as well. So I think that's why I kind of associate with all the elements. And I've been told before that because I mean, some people don't believe it, right? I do, but I'm very connected to the Fae realm. So I was actually told that in a previous life I was an elemental fairy, and when I started realizing that I had all of this in my chart, it really made sense, because I've always like kind of picked at different signs and be like, oh well, that makes sense for me too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to say my moon is I'll have to look that up, Colby, because my friend Nelson actually did my chart for me, but I can't remember for the life of me. This is what I'm saying. The astrological stuff is confusing to me. When you get into the whole chart thing, like, that's why I just keep it to sun, moon, and rising. But I haven't looked in it in a while. So, okay. So anyway, the presence associated with transcendence of our limitations also. Hey girl, hey. So yeah, presence associated with the transcendence of our limitations. So I know, poor thing. He looked a mess this morning. Um, but we are meant to rise above our limitations, and that's what a lot of this crown chakra comes from, whether they are personal or bound to space and time. There is nothing that can hold us back from accomplishing what we really want to do except for our personal limitations. So it's really important for us to break through these cycles. Um, when you're immersed in the energy of the crown chakra, we feel a state of blissful union with all things that is. And that's what I was talking about earlier, you know, just being fully present in that moment, and like just total euphoria. Like, my life is fucking great. I love it right now. This is amazing. I want this blissful state all the time. And you know, of course, it's not always going to be all the time, because this is life and it doesn't happen like that, but we can try as much as possible to live in that state, and that is my goal. So, um, yeah, it also has to do with spiritual ecstasy. And this is where the overactive energy comes in too, because some people get so, and listen, when I first got into this too, it happened to me when I realized that there are tarot readers out here that I could pull up on YouTube at any given time and find a reading that completely gave me the confirmation of what was going on in my life, but I couldn't prove, you know what I'm saying? I became addicted. I was watching all the time. Any point of my free time, I was watching videos. And and I wasn't really doing the work though at that point. Like, it took me a few months and me breaking away from that in order to start tapping into my own energy. And then I was led to classes, people, whatever, you know, that helped me get to this point where I'm at. Um, so let's see. Yeah, allows access to the utmost clarity and enlightened wisdom. So this is when we're fully tapped into the universe, and we can look at things from a different perspective and not have our fear and our ego push onto it. You know what I'm saying? We can see things clearly for what it is, whether it's projection, whether it's reflection, whether it's our ego or fear, and you know, interfering with the situation. But that's also where limiting beliefs come in too, because we might be so used to people, you know, not hearing us, not giving a damn how we feel or what we are experiencing. And most of us are givers, givers, and givers. We give until we have nothing else to give. So it almost brings us down when we're not getting that reciprocated, right? But when we can look at things from a clearer perspective and understand that this is a part of our journey, it's here to teach us something, and it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, okay? And It's a gateway to the cosmic self and divine self, to universal consciousness linked to the infinite of the universal. So, hey Nelson, I was just talking about you. Yeah, I was telling them that you were doing my chart. Colby was asking what my moon sign was, and I could not remember for the life of me because I haven't looked at it in a while. But, um, everything that Nelson has sent me so far has been creepily accurate and explains a lot about my life. So yeah, everyone tell Grandpa Aries. Yeah, see, and that's what I was saying. I know I have Aries across my chart. I have more Aries in my chart than I have anything else. Um, so, crap. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, my phone's dying. I really need to get better equipment. So, alright, so some of the imbalances, yeah, yeah, I was saying that too. I kind of have everything. I have earth, water, fire, and, did I have any air? I can't remember. I can't remember if I have air in my charts or not. But some of the imbalances is being disconnected to spirit, and that's what I was talking about. Constant cynicism regarding what is sacred. So a lot of people, and I can think of a few in particular in my life that doesn't believe in anything and constantly cynical about what is sacred, what is not, what to believe, and, think it's just a bunch of hoopla. But, you know, they're, that's why they feel so disconnected, though, because they're not allowing themselves to connect to the universal source, and they could be living in their head too much. So, yeah. um, you could be disconnected from your body and earthly matters. Um, obsessive obsessive attachment to spiritual matters, and that's what I was talking about too. Sometimes we can get so wrapped up in learning or experiencing and almost becoming obsessive to it, the fact that to the point where we are not living it. You know what I'm saying? We're out there too much instead of being in here. And um, it could also make us, and I feel like it's a lot more on like the organized religion when it says closed-minded, because there's a lot of people that live the Bible and preach the word of the Lord, but they are completely closed-minded to anyone who does not follow in their suit. You know what I'm saying? I was even having this talk with Ashley's daughter last night. Like, listen, you cannot force beliefs on anyone, and just because the Bible says this does not mean that it's wrong. You should love and care for each individual equally. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's really important that we keep an open mind and allow people to figure out their spirituality no matter what the, um, you know, the direction that they go in. That is their choice, that is their path, and we have to respect that just as we want them to respect us. But I will not force my beliefs down anyone's throat, and I will not let anyone force their beliefs down my throat. We can have a conversation about it, but I'm not gonna, just because you say that my way is wrong and yours is right, I'm not gonna drop what I believe in order to follow you. I am not a follower. Um, so it also links to learning disabilities. So, a lot of the matters of the brain can be caused by the imbalances of the crown chakra. Comas, sleeping disorders, insomnia, mental illness. So a lot of the anxiety and depression that we deal with, especially before we start to open up, that is due to us being disconnected from source. If it's overactive, you're going to be disconnected to the body, feeling vulnerable to many physical and non-physical symptoms, which we'll get into. Light sensitivity, mental fogginess, disassociation and lack of inspiration, feeling detached from the world around you, depression, lack of empathy, dizziness, confusion, seizures, superiority towards others, aggression, judgmental and critical of others, distrustful, feeling lost, boredom, and frustration. So those are just from being overactive, okay? Hi, Allie. If it's deficient, it could lead to depression, mental fog, chronic fatigue, migraines, chronic headaches, greed, materialism, no harmony, catatonic, confusion, disassociation, no spark of joy, lack of inspiration, limiting beliefs, spiritual addiction, and can't make decisions. All right, Ali, I will stop you right there. I am glad that you're here today because you're here for a reason, but I really appreciate if you not try to interrupt or, you know, be rude, okay? So, if it's balanced, you feel grounded, in control of your emotions, intuitive, connected to the divine. You're going to feel a sense of wonder at the world. And that's what I was talking about earlier. Like when your crown chakra is open and you're allowing those universal energies in, you are going to be completely in the moment and feeling that sense of joy because you're allowing spirit to support you in a way that you've never been supported. So you're going to have new hope. You're going to see things. I love you too, Colby. But you're going to experience a totally different side of life than you ever have before when you allow spirit to come in. Okay. Love you too, Sheila. I love you all. I'm really glad to have y'all. Really, all my appreciation and love goes to you. So you desire to experience new things. You look towards your future. You look forward to the day, right? And you're excited about what today has to offer. And you're willing to take on new challenges and willing to learn. Change your mind if you feel that you have made a wrong decision. When you are balanced, you can look at yourself and say, okay, well, maybe that wasn't the right decision for me, but I did learn something from it. So let's change it up. What can I do differently, right? And not beat yourself up for it, but move forward in a sense that you are comfortable and confident with yourself and your decision making process. But that's also why it's really important that we tap in and figure out what we're actually feeling, right? So if I get triggered, I will go through the emotions like, okay, I am feeling this, this, and this. Well, why am I feeling that? What does it remind me of? What's the core issue here? And what needs to be addressed within myself and to the person that triggered me, whether it's be a person, place, or thing, right? Because every trigger has a reason for triggering you, and you have to figure out what it is in order to release it. Bringing simple awareness to it can help ease some of that off. So, okay. Yeah. All right. So what are we at? 39? All right. So I'm going to stop there, and then Friday we'll go over some of the psychological and physical aspects of what happens when it's imbalanced and ways to balance it and all that fun stuff. So, um, okay. I'm just going to roll with it. I normally write down my affirmations, but I did not today, so get a few sips of coffee before I do this. If anyone does want to join in, Make sure that you are not operating heavy machinery. Thanks, girl. Do not drive. Do not be at work trying to do things that you should not be doing. I am not responsible for stupid decisions. So make sure that you are seated or lying down, okay? Make sure that you are in a comfortable place and with little to no distraction. And yeah, coffee is key. Coffee is life. I don't know what I'd do without coffee, but I am actually going to, after I finish this cup, I'm going to make my smoothie. I need to get back on track with getting my veggies and fruit in with my protein instead of drinking caffeine all day. So, alright, y'all. Alright, so whenever you are ready, make sure that you are seated or lying down and just start tuning inwards. We're going to bring your thumb and pointer finger together, palms facing up. Roll your shoulders backwards and hold your head high. Gently closing your eyes, tuning inward, feeling the love and support of the universe start to come in. Take a nice big deep breath through your nose. Imagine white light filling your lungs. And release. Take a total of 3 breaths. Big deep breaths. Feel your diaphragm fully expand and contract. Breathing through your nose and out through your mouth. Feeling the white light fill your body with love and support as it washes away all of your tension, worries, and fear. You feel your eyelids become heavier and heavier. You become more relaxed and comfortable, feeling safe and secure. Feeling all the muscles in your body simply melt, relaxing all the way from your face down into your shoulders, down your back and your legs. Feel the support of the universe, feeling grounded in this moment. Your body feels lighter and lighter with each breath you take. Keeping your mind solely focused on my voice and the gentle rise and fall of your chest. As you start to become more tuned in and tapped into the universe, allowing your angels and spirit guides to wash you with violet light. As they pour this violet light down from the heavens above, you feel it cascade over your crown, cleansing, purifying, and balancing everything it touches. Feel it wash over your face, down your neck and into your shoulders, down your arms and into your fingertips, washing over your entire body as it moves through your heart space, down your back, into your hips, into your knees and down into your feet. want you to imagine that you're lying on a cloud. Feel the cool mist touching your skin. You cozy in, feeling like it's the best and most relaxing place you've ever laid. And as you settle in, this cloud starts to ascend, bringing you higher and higher to source. And as you start to float through the sky, you don't even bother looking down. You keep your gaze focused on the universe that you're ascending to. Feel yourself as weightless. Giving yourself the time and peace to connect with the universal energy that is with us always. Your crown is fully open, allowing the information of your spirit guides, your higher self, your angels, your archangels, ascended masters, your ancestors, and the divine source of all to come through now. Feel their love as it washes through you. And as you reach the heavens above, this space was created just for you. Take the time to look around. Feel the energy flowing through you. Allow yourself to experience and bask in this light. Any spirit guides, angels, or past loved ones that need to communicate with you now, start to step forward. Allow your team of supporters to come to you, give you a loving embrace. Allow them to share their wisdom with you, to give you the faith and the courage to step up to your divine purpose, to realize your true mission here on earth, giving you the opportunity to see and experience for yourself that this is real. Feel them supporting you. So much love, so much support and encouragement like you've never experienced before. And as you feel their gentle touch, you feel all the burdens and the weight that you have carried for all these years simply bubble to the surface to be released. Allow them to take these burdens from you. Allow them to break through your self-limiting beliefs, to give you the courage to step up to your full potential, to stay connected and balanced, whole and pure throughout all your days. And as you sit in this energy, allow these affirmations to flow through you, to sit with your subconscious and allow them to become reality if it seems to fit. I am a divine being. I am balanced. I am creative. I am source. I am the light for all to see. I trust my intuition. I trust the guidance from my spiritual team. I take the time to tap in and listen to my inner guidance. I trust my journey. I am well. I am secure. And I release all of my self-limiting beliefs. I am pure. I am whole. My life matters. I release any and all unhealthy attachments. I accept positive and uplifting connections into my life now. I will not question what source has in store for me. I trust their guidance, their wisdom, because it is a part of me. I see the colors of the universe, and I accept their support. I release all anxiety and depression. I release all restlessness and judgment towards myself and others. I love me. I have a purpose, and I am taking the necessary steps to achieve those goals. I am a manifester of my reality. I choose the path that is for my highest good. I accept joy, happiness, and adventure into my life. And I release anything that does not support this. I am true to myself and to my divine mission here on planet Earth. I am grateful. I am humble. And I am kind. I release all aspects of myself that is not for my highest good. I release all attachments to people, places, and things. I accept that changes are necessary for my growth. I am grounded in this present moment, and I believe in what Source has for me is for my highest good. And so it be. And allow yourself to sit in this energy. Feel the love coursing through you, radiating out into the world, out into the vast consciousness of the universe. Feel this energy spread as it is meant for you and everyone else around you. Be the difference. Be the change. And when you're ready, I want you to tell your spiritual team thank you for coming to support you today, for giving you the chance to release these burdens. And as you're ready to say goodbye, and you say thank you, you lay back down on the cloud that you came up with. And this cloud starts to descend back to into your body, bringing you a new sense of comfort, clarity, and reassurance for your path. Feel yourself reconnect with your physical body, feeling completely at ease, relaxed, and happy. And as I count down from 3, you'll become more aware and awake, bringing more movement to your fingers and your toes. Keeping this energy with you throughout your days, and knowing that you are source and you are connected to the divine. 3, 2, 1. You can gently open your eyes now, wide awake and aware. Ended right at 5:55. Oh, Lord. So I hope everyone enjoyed that. And if anyone has any questions, please let me know. Let me know how that resonated with you. What was your experience? If you need to reach out personally, let me know. You know where to find me. You're so welcome, hun. I'm glad you liked it. Good. I'm crawling with energy right now, so I felt that it was good. Oh, hey, Box, I haven't seen you in so long. Yes, it will be a wonderful day, and I hope yours is as well. So, I do. I love you guys so much. I feel like can y'all see it? Like, I feel like I'm glowing right now. I'm so happy and excited. I don't even know why. That was beautiful. And I wasn't even fully in it. But, yeah, that's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, good. All right. So, yeah, I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you need anything, just hit me up at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. And, I love you. So I hope y'all all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves and stay true.